What's up, guys? Welcome to Sourcing Warriors channel. When it comes down to sourcing, there's nothing more important than finding a good supplier because they control your product raw material cost, product quality, packaging, shipping, communication. Literally, they can make or break your business. If you're ready to buy from China, especially from Alibaba, to start your Amazon FBA business, please watch this video first before you create your first purchase order to the Chinese suppliers. Why? Because there are millions of products and millions of suppliers listed on Alibaba, but not all of them are direct manufacturers. Not all of them are honest business people. There are plenty of resellers, middlemen are ready to take a cut out of your profit, and there are bad people. It's going to scam your money if you're not careful. Don't be scared, guys. In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 simple to follow steps to help you with the Alibaba research. If you follow these steps, the risk of you getting scammed is going to be close to 0. And the chance of you finding a good direct manufacturer is going to increase dramatically. At the end of the video, I'm going to share with you one bonus tip that's going to save you tons of time when you're ready to contact the Chinese suppliers. Are you ready, guys? Let's get started. Alright guys, before we hop on to Alibaba, let's quickly go through the steps I use when I search suppliers on Alibaba. We don't have to spend days qualifying them. To make our research as efficient as possible, we need to have some shopping guide. What differentiates rookies from the pros is that when rookies look at a product on Alibaba, they immediately jump on price and MOQ, but pros won't do that. They won't waste time doing that because right now we're shopping for suppliers and we're shopping for quality. When we find a good supplier who can produce good quality product, we can always negotiate price and MOQ. Let me give you an example. If, for example, you're looking for a yoga product, you type in the keyword yoga mat. On Alibaba, there will be over 100,000 product listings. But if you search and sort by suppliers, I'll show you when we get onto Alibaba, there will be only 980 suppliers selling these 100,000 products. Out of the 900 suppliers, there are only 200 some suppliers that are gold supplier, assessed supplier, and trade assured supplier. What that means is for the gold supplier is a paid membership, and assessed supplier is the either Alibaba team or a third party company have been to the factory, audited the company, and verified their factory do exist, their tooling, their equipment do exist. And the trade assurance is a free service offered by Alibaba if your purchase order is not produced to the specification, you can dispute payment through Alibaba. If you look at this matrix, this pyramid, this is actually Alibaba's supplier ranking algorithm. What we need to do is to take advantage all the built-in screening filters Alibaba already have on their website to have them find the suppliers on the top of the pyramid. If I'm looking for a yoga product, my job is to find a few suppliers out of the 287 to become my business partners. So now you know how to basically sort through suppliers. Let's go through the 4 simple steps to qualify these suppliers. Step number 1, find out who they are. When I look at a supplier profile, I look at these 4 things: supplier name, business type, number of years selling on Alibaba, and the company certification. You might be wondering, why supplier name? What does it matter? Actually, in China, the company name is actually very structured. When they register the business name must including 4 essential elements, which is registration location, company name, main product they are involved in, and the partnership type. For example, a company in Ningbo City wanted to register themselves in Ningbo, want to call themselves Golden Star, and they're involved in plastic, rubber related products, and they're a limited liability company. This will be Ningbo Golden Star Plastic Company. However, this Ningbo company, because Ningbo is a city level registration, they cannot call themselves Zhejiang Golden Star Plastic Company. Zhejiang is the province above Ningbo. And definitely they cannot call themselves China Golden Star Plastic Company because China is a state level company registration. So on the business type, when a when a supplier lists their product on Alibaba, they must disclose themselves either as a manufacturer or a trading company. Sometimes you will see the supplier list themselves as manufacturer and trading company. What does that mean is that this supplier not only can produce the product, they can also export the product directly to overseas companies. Not all of the Chinese factories have export license. Therefore, they have to use a middleman, which is a trading company, to sell the product to you. The number of years selling online, this is obviously very subjective. I wanted to use the supplier have a minimum 3 years of e-commerce business experience because their communication and their business maturity need to be enough so that I don't have to babysit um, and mentoring them. So the last one is the company cert. The company cert is different from product cert. Any company can produce any product, have the third party produce a certification, but not all the companies can have the system in place wanting to go through the steps to get a company certification. For example, ISO 9000 will certify company's quality system. ISO 14000 will certify the company's environmental system. So if a company has gone through these steps and got the ISO certification as a company, definitely it's a nice to have. So by looking at these four elements, supplier name, business type, number of years in business, and company certification, you should have just a baseline idea of who they are. Now the second step is what they do. If you look at the supplier's main product and product categories, you should be able to figure out if this company is offering a concentrated line of product related to the product you wanted to buy, or they're scattered and offering all kinds of products, which make them not as efficient. The more concentrated the company does one product, the more leverage they have on the raw material purchase, and their workers' skills is much better because they do repetitive work day in and day out, and the quality is much more reliable and consistent. And if you're searching for the product, you need to know what are your must-have certs and what are your nice-have certs. You can look at the supplier's product page to see if they offer those. The step number 3 is where they are, where they're located basically. When you do the detailed address check, is the address indicating they're on the 15th floor, suite 101 or room 120? Obviously, if the supplier claim themselves to be the manufacturer, you need to question why their address is showing an office address. The address should be the factory address. It should be 2 hours away in an industrial area from the city. If they are showing an office address, you need to question that to the supplier. On the high level, though, this is very important, guys. You need to check if the city where the supplier is located is outside of the 5 major coastal provinces. The reason is because 80% of the manufacturer activities are done in these 5 coastal provinces. If your supplier is far away from coast and they're in an inland city, when you are ready to purchase the product, you're going to have to pay a lot more money transporting the goods from the city, the factory where the factory is located, to the port. And when you are adding the number 2 and 3 products, it will be much harder for you to consolidate this supplier with the other suppliers. So keep this in mind when you check the supplier address. Finally, the step number 4 is your suppliers. This is obviously you can find out after you contact the supplier. But if your supplier's English skill is so good, you might be wondering, do they do this for a living? Is this really a supplier factory rep, or they're actually a middleman or a trading company? If you don't trust what you have checked, you can always do these 2 things. Number one, use a surprise factory tour. For example, you can call your supplier contact and tell them that you have a purchasing agent in China. He's happened to be nearby the factory area. Can he arrange a quick factory tour for your agent? Or you can ask your supplier contact to do a quick video call. Hey, I wanted to get an idea of what your factory look like. Can you get onto the production floor and do a quick video call with me? Using these techniques to find out if your supplier is truly a direct manufacturer. If they always find excuses, you need to put a question mark whether they are the direct manufacturer. Now, you guys, you have a basic idea of who your supplier is, what they do, where they are at, and how they conduct the business. Let's hop on to Alibaba and do a practice run. And don't forget the bonus tip on Alibaba. Oh yeah, this is my own reminder. I'm not going to forget the bonus tip on Alibaba. So let's hop on to Alibaba and do a field trip. We're now on Alibaba home screen. Let's search and practice the steps we learned. Let's use yoga mat as an example. Yoga mat. And hit on search. The default sort criteria is product, as you can see here, and that's why you have over 100,000 product listings returned to your search. If you sort these 100,000 products by suppliers, you can see that it's about 1,000 suppliers offering these 100,000 products. And if you continue to apply filters, product, gold suppliers, assessed suppliers, and trade assured suppliers, and you have a 286 suppliers. You can continue to apply filters listed on the left hand side. For example, if you want your supplier absolutely have a ISO 14000 environmental standards, then you can click on this filter that will give you 20 suppliers that meet that standard. Let's use the first supplier to practice on the supplier qualification steps. If you click on the supplier, first thing I wanted to know is what's their name. They're calling themselves Yangzhou Chenghong Plastic and Rubber Company. Yangzhou should be their registration name. This is a city of Jiangsu province. This is a Jiangsu province, one of the 5 coastal provinces I gave it to you earlier, which is good. And Chenghong is their business name, and they're involved in plastic and rubber product. Their business type. Now, the business type, they claim themselves to be both a manufacturer and a trading company. They can actually produce and export the product directly to you, which is good. Now, if the company has any certifications, they do have ISO 9000 cert, which this gives you a basic idea of what this company is, who this company is. Now let's look at their product. By looking at their main product, they listed mostly yoga product, and if you look at the product categories, you can see everything about yoga mat, roller, pad, brick, um, mostly PVC product. They're very concentrated in doing yoga product, which is good. Their company size is quite small, but that doesn't concern me right now because they obviously can uh, export a lot of product to overseas. Now look at their product uh, qualifications. They listed out CE, Rich, and Rich product certifications based on the market you are exporting the product to. You can decide if these certifications are good enough to meet your requirement. Let's look at another supplier from the list. Oh, look at this one. This is called Pro Circle Fitness Training Product Suzhou Company. This is a very obvious foreign company. I forgot to mention in the previous session, if it's a foreign registered company doing business in China, they will show the business name first and then the product they are involved and then the registration location in brackets. Let's look at them. This Pro Circle company. Immediately they did disclose themselves business type as a trading company. Obviously, they don't have any ISO cert because they don't have any factories to certify. And let's look at their product. They are saying they do generally fitness equipment. If I look at their product categories, is variety of different things. Yoga rollers, straps, weight fitting accessories and free weights. These are made by the cast iron. Definitely is not yoga product. So if you're looking for a yoga mat, this is not a good fit, especially if they're a trading company. It's up to you if you wanted to work with the trading company, but based on that, they're not as a good of supplier as the first one. Let's look at maybe another one just to practice. This company, their name is Haiyang. Haiyang should be their registration location. They are a city of Shandong, as you can see. Shandong province is one of the coastal province, which is good. And their business type is they can do both production and exportation. And they also have ISO certs, which is good. And if I look at their product, mostly resistant bands, tubes. It's a variety of products. The company is bigger, much bigger than the first one, but I don't think this company will give you as much of a good pricing as the first company because they're relatively small. I think they will be more flexible working with you if you're customizing the product. So you get the idea. Using the qualification steps to qualify these suppliers. After you contact the supplier, you can further qualify their communication skills and double check if they are indeed the direct manufacturers. Talking about contact the supplier, it's about the time to show you the bonus tip. When you're ready to contact the suppliers, the right way to do that is to check the favorites button. Check each one of them that you wanted to contact. For example, if you wanted to contact the 634, it doesn't matter. We add these suppliers to the favorite folder. Now you hover over the favorites and click on favorite supplier. You can see you have 5 suppliers added to your favorite folder. Now what you can do is to click on all of them and click on contact suppliers. Don't click on this individual tab, but click on contact the suppliers because you selected all. Now, oh, I have to enter the code, which I don't recognize the first one. Let's see, J9M. It doesn't take, so YPAAUU. Now, you have 5 suppliers in your favorite folder. You can send one RFQ to all these 5 suppliers that you have selected in your favorite folder, and you paste your beautifully drafted RFQ template and you send the inquiry. All 5 suppliers will receive your RFQ at the same time. So it saves you tons of time doing the copy and paste each individual supplier. And on top of that, when you receive, like say you receive 2 of these suppliers response and the other 3 didn't respond, you can go back to your favorite folder and delete the one have responded and select all 3 that haven't responded to you and send them a reminder email. Hey, I haven't got your response yet, please send the RFQ back to me as soon as possible. Isn't it cool? I think it's very cool. It saves tons of time. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to share a lot of tips and tricks and China buying insight in this channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe Sourcing Warriors YouTube channel, and you can also join Sourcing Warriors Facebook group. I post a lot of contents there. All right, guys, have a brilliant day. I'll see you soon.